Okay, naka-live na pala ako. Anyway, sige. So, good morning to all of you, no? Sorry, ah. Anyway, so good morning to all of you. Good afternoon and good evening, no? All right, sorry for the late, no? Kasi I came from the refresher, no? So, for the PSBA and ARS refresher, kakatapos lang ng aming klase, no? Anyway, so welcome to our seminar or webinar for this, which is capital budgeting. Okay. So capital budgeting, 'di ba? Usually, 'yan yung pinaka-paborito ng CPA examiner. All right, about uh, capital budgeting. Okay. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng capital budgeting in the first place? Okay, sige. I will share my screen first, no? Okay, I have with me here also my PowerPoint, pero later na, no? I will use first this Jamboard, no? Okay. Anyway. Sige. Mamaya na to. Ito yung ating later, no? All right. Sige, I will use this Jamboard, and then after at the same time, we will also use our PowerPoint later. But now, we'll discuss first, no? What do you mean of capital budgeting? Okay? So, ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng capital budgeting? Okay? So, capital budgeting daw ay parang pag-aasawa lang. Okay. Bakit? Capital budgeting, number one, parang pag-aasawa, no? Meaning to say, it involves a long-term commitment. Okay. Very important here is it is long-term commitment. Okay. Sorry, mali spelling. All right. Number one, it is a long-term commitment. Ibig sabihin, it is more on long-term investment. Okay? And that's what you call capital budgeting. Okay, parang pag-aasawa, 'di ba? Long-term commitment din, long-term investment din. Okay. And number two, capital budgeting daw ay in terms of your decision making. Okay, please take note, ha? In terms of your decision making, it is irreversible. All right? Irreversible in terms of your decision making. Hindi mo na pwedeng balikan pa. 'Di ba? Parang pag-aasawa din, no? Hindi pwedeng balik, hindi mo na pwedeng ano unless pero hindi yan ano, hindi yan option, no? So dapat tama, no? Tama ang decision mo, particularly sa pag-aasawa. Ganun din naman, no? In terms of capital budgeting, irreversible siya in terms of decision making. Bakit? Because of number three, kasi yan ay magastos, no? It is costly. And that's more on your capital budgeting. Okay. Disclaimer lang, no? Baka nanonood yung aking asawa ngayon. Only one and number two and number three lang ang pag-aasawa. The same as capital budgeting. Bakit? In number four, we need to have risk and also to consider risk and uncertainty. Okay. And that's the meaning of capital budgeting. It involves a long-term commitment, long-term investment, irreversible in terms of decision making. It is costly and at the same time, risk and uncertain. All right. So meaning to say, no, as part of your capital budgeting, sige, we go now to our PowerPoint. Now later we go to a PowerPoint, then Jamboard, ha, para at least you can be able to understand, no. Okay. So yeah. So capital budgeting. All right. So number one, ito yung ating mga discussions for today, no? So discuss the capital budgeting evaluations, no, particularly or the inputs, no, in terms of your capital budgeting or capex natin. And number two, we will also discuss, no, yung ating mga methods, no, in terms of our capital budgeting. Cash payback period, we have our net present value method. Okay, and also we have challenges in terms of intangible benefits in capital budgeting. So I will discuss today about theoretical aspect, no, of capital budgeting. Then we go to the Jamboard para we can be able to summarize everything, and then we will end with solving problems. I will not solve more problems. Siguro kahit mga 5 problems lang, no? Para at least we can be able to identify or to know the meaning of capital budgeting. Also class, I will also discuss later, saan ba nagsisimula yung mga present value of annuity, the present value of 1, or the present value of 1 and present value of annuity. And number 5, very important also is to describe the profitability index, no? And also the benefits of it, particularly about your post-audit And number 7, explain the IRR and the annual rate of return, or also known as the average rate of return, or what you called accounting rate of return. Okay. Sige, ito yung ating discussion for today, no? Mga methods natin, no? A preview of our discussion for today. Okay, yan. All right. Sige. Kanina, our introduction, no, about our capital budgeting is the process of making it capital expenditure decision is also known as capital budgeting. Paano pag-aasawa? Ano ngayon? Number 1, long-term commitment, long-term investment. Same as capital expenditure. It is more on capex, no? Number 2, very important also is that it involves or irreversible in terms of decision making. Hindi mo na pwedeng balikan pa. And number 3, why? Because of number 3. Because in number 3, napakagastos, costly, di ba? Billions or millions of billions ang ating cost ng ating capex. And the last one is about risk and uncertain. That's why capital budgeting it involves choosing among various projects. That's why we need to choose ano yung project na worthy. Ano yung project na talagang to maximize our company's return and at the same time our financial investment. The main goal of capital budgeting is to have return and to maximize our company's return. That's why very important is the methods. Later, we will discuss about the methods of capital investment. Okay. All right. So number 2, objective here is to discuss the capital budgeting technique, no, or evaluation process in terms of our capital budgeting. Okay. So ano naman yung mga capital budgeting evaluation process? So ano ba yung mga, what are the process we're in? You can be able to to apply, no, or to request for any funding, particularly about your capital budgeting process. Number 1, project proposals are requested from departments, plants, and authorized personnel. If the other department, if the one department is the one who will request for, let's say, I will buy one machine, I will buy Xerox copier machine, I will buy one building, no, or I will construct building, no. Very important here is the request. Sino ba ang may kailangan? Diba? So, project proposals are requested from the departments, plants, and also authorized personnel. Okay. And number 2, the proposals are screened by Capital Budget Committee. My question, who are the Capital Budget Committee? Usually, sila yung ating mga board of directors, sila yung ating CFO, yung ating mga finance personnel. Bakit? Sila, siyempre, BOD yung pinaka-importante. They are the one who will accept, no, for your capital budget, no. Yung CFO, particularly the finance, is about costing whether it is feasible or not. Because later, no, very important also is to compute also, no, the methods in terms of our capital budgeting. Okay. And number 3, yan, officers determine which projects are worthy of funding. So that dami-dami kasing capital budgeting technique na evaluation process, yung iba naman dyan ay hindi naman talaga okay. Diba? That's why, anong gagawin natin? Okay? Meaning to say, ano yung projects are worthy of funding? Alright. And the last one, okay. Kaya nga class, kasama dito yung ating board of directors because the BOD will approve your capital budget. Okay? So, the BOD or the board of directors will approve the capital budget. Why? Siyempre, sila naman ang mag-approve ng lahat. Sila ang owner or the majority in terms of decision making sa ating planta. Okay. Okay. Also, class, very important also in terms of our capital budgeting, yung tinatawag nating cash basis of accounting. Cash basis of accounting. Very important is your cash flow numbers rather than accrual accounting, revenue, and expenses. So tingnan nyo bakit. Why is it that we need to focus, or we need to consider cash flow numbers, particularly your cash basis of accounting. Why? Because we need to be able to recover our expenses. Diba? Napakalaki ng pera niyan. Millions or billions of peso. That's why we need to recover it, and because we need first, no, to have cash flow. Kasi class, if it is in accrual accounting, there would be an accounts receivable. Paano pag yan ay hindi ma-convert sa ating cash? Okay, and that's the problem. All right. Yes, now for now, we will consider cash flow numbers, or the cash basis of accounting, because the revenues and expenses now will differ significantly. Please take note. It will differ significantly from your cash flow and your cash outflows. Yes, in accounting, very important yung ating accrual basis of accounting. Okay? But for the meantime, again, ulit-ulit lang ako. For the purpose of capital budgeting, it is your estimated cash inflows and outflows. They are preferred in terms of our capital budgeting decisions. All right. Sige. Again, mamaya. Don't worry, I will summarize everything through Jamboard before we will be able to discuss everything. Okay. All right. Ano ba to? Got it. Okay. Alright. So, ito class, yung sinabi ko kanina, no? Parang pag-aasawa lang. Capital budgeting decision under any technique are part of any variety, meaning available of funds. Unang-una, if the company has available funds. Baka naman in the first place, walang pera ang ating company. Ba't ka pa magre-request ng capital budgeting? Okay. And number two, the relationships among the projects. But kailangan mo magpatayo ng building? Why is it that you will be able to have or to construct equipment or to have more equipment? Because it is for, of course, for the projects, and it is for your company. Okay. And number three, yan. Very important also is the company's basic decision-making approach. We need to decide as soon as possible. Why? Because in number four, there would be risk associated with a particular project. Ito ay addition na lang sa ating ginagawa kanina, no? That again, in number four, as part of your capital budgeting considerations, we have here what you call number one, long-term investment or long-term commitment. Diba? And number two, very important here, it is irreversible in terms of our decision making. And number three, in terms of our costs. All right. In terms of our costs, yan naman ay costly, no? And last one, number four, is about risk. Ito yung number four. Okay. By the way, hindi pala ako nagpa-introduce. Hindi pala ako nag-introduce ng sarili ko, no? Baka yung iba hindi pa ako kilala. No? Pasensya na. Kasi ako ay kakatapos lang kasi ng refresher. Sabi ko baka malilate ako. Okay. Sige, my name. Diyan naman yung pangalan ko, Jayman Lopo, no? So, I am the review director, CPA review director and refresher director, no, of both the PSBA Manila and also the Advanced Review Solutions, no? So, we are here to help you to achieve your dream or dreams to become certified public accountant. And alam ko, yung mga nanonood dito, 153, and alam ko naman na kaya kayo nandito ay hindi para sa certificate. Tama ba? Nandito kayo para matuto, and at the same time, matutunan the basic concept of capital budgeting. Nandito kayo kasi you want to have your name or after your name, CPA. Tama? Okay. Sana sana yung nandito, hindi yung dahil sa certificate, ha. Nandito ako kasi I want to learn. Okay? And to have CPA after my name. Alright. So, yon. So, hopefully, makatulong kami. We, in the ARS, hopefully, we can be able to help you. If you notice, we have every 2 weeks kami, di ba? We have every 2 weeks that we have seminars. Nag-start lang yan kay Sir Lester Limhia. Siya naman is more on FAR, if I remember right, FAR. followed by Sir Brian Villaluz, no? Alfar naman. Alright? And then followed by Sir Jesser Javier with taxation. And myself, no? Ako naman ay more on MAS. And ano pang wala, no? We have RFBT. Ano pa? RFBT auditing, I think, no? So soon, no? So just wait for this, no? So every other 2 weeks that we will be able to give you more free webinar or free seminar para sa inyo to. Anyway, sige, yun lang. Alright, sorry, hindi pa ako na-introduce, no? Ako ay na-excite na makita kayo. Tumataas yung ating 164 na, no? Nakamataas na. Thank you very much for that, no? For this, no? Anyway, alright. We will illustrate this data, no? So, halimbawa, Stewart Company is considering an investment of $130,000. Okay, dollars to. Baka sabihin nyo, napakalit lang naman yan. Convert mo yan sa peso. No? The new equipment is expected to last for 10 years and have zero salvage value at the end of the useful life. The cash inflows are 200,000 and the annual net cash flows are 176. Meaning to say, class, no? With this information of investing 130,000, you will expect that you have a 24,000 cash inflow or cash outflow or net cash flow for the coming 10 years. Okay? Sige. Yan yung sample natin, ha? Okay. So, meaning to say, class, sige, ito na lang. Meaning to say, tama ba yung ating decision? Since if we have 24,000 net cash flow, just multiply it by 10. Ay, ano nangyari? Alright? So, just multiply it by 10. Sorry, ito na lang sa kabila. Na-erase kasi. Diba? If you have 24,000 to be multiplied by 10, meaning to say, you have 240,000. Diba? Na 240,000, yun yung ina-expect mo na net cash flow. Sir, bakit po 10? Kasi nga 10 years. Eh, napakadali lang naman yun, sir eh. Just minus 130,000 as your net investment. Oh, mayroon na tayong 110,000. Oh, accept na tayo. Diba? Napakadali niyan, sir. Bakit pa ba dinidiscuss yan? May question. Ito ba ay tama? The 240 just minus the 130. Comment nga sa ating sa ating Facebook. We will give discount yung sa ating ARS. Tama ba that you have 110, I will call it net benefit? Oh, ba't kailangan pa natin i-discuss ang capital budgeting? Napakadali, simple math. Just multiply the 24,000 times 10 years, you have 240, minus that investment, you have 130. So meaning to say, the net benefit is 110. My question, ito ba ay tamang analysis? I will wait for your comment, no, in the chat box. Is this correct analysis? That I will be able to accept it because I have 110 net benefit. Walang ano, ha? Okay. Anyone, please comment in our GC, no? Sorry, in our have to consider. Yun, very good. Nakuha ka agad ni Genesis as Lay Chavez, no? Martia, take note on that one. Need net present value. Si Pipay din. Very good. The keyword here is that, no? We need to compute or we need to consider yung tinatawag nating time value of money. Tama yan, ha? We need, mamaya class, I will discuss about the time value of money. Na? And that's the net benefit, no? Okay. This is not the correct analysis. Okay, thank you. All right. Sige. We do first about cash payback technique or what you call cash payback method. Okay. Ano yung cash payback period? The cash payback period, it identifies the time period required to recover the cost of capital investment. Okay. Ano ba class yung to recover, sorry, not recover, to recover the cost of your capital investment. Meaning to say, if you want to recover your capital investment sa Chinese businessman, ilang taon ko ba yan marirecover? Okay? To recover the cost of the capital investment from the annual cash inflow produced by the investment. And that's your basic rule. Okay? Ilang taon ko ba yan marirecover? Okay. So, what is the formula of your cash payback period? Please take note of this formula. The cost of your capital investment divided by your net cash inflow. But by the way, mamaya, no, we'll give you na lang sample on how to compute for your net investment later in our problem. No? Okay. So, since we have now an investment, just divide it by the net cash inflow. All right? And that's your cash payback period. Okay. Common sense class. Diba? The shorter the payback period, the more attractive is our investment. Also, the payback period is usually related to the estimated useful life of an assets. Common sense, di ba? Pag malaki ang ating recovery in terms, pag malaki yung ating cost, no? Particularly for this, no? Alright? So, meaning to say, yan, ipin natin para lakihan natin yung ano, yan. So, yan. So, meaning to say, pag malaki ang ating ang ating cash payback period, mas pangit. Mas maganda, shorter, no? The shorter the payback period, the more attractive the investment is. Okay? Kasi class, pag yan ay pangit, no? Ay pag mataas, common sense lang naman ang sagot diyan, 'di ba? Anyway. Sige, 'di ba ito yung kanina? 130,000, that's your net investment. Just divide it by your cash flow, net cash flow, and you have 5.42 years. Magkano nga class yung ating estimated useful life of the assets? 10 years. If you have 10 years as estimated useful life of the assets and you have 5.42 years, accept or not? Accept or not? Again, what if there is no condition? Okay? Accept or not? If you have 5.42 years, you can be able to recover your investment and the estimated useful life of your assets is 10 years. Of course, without any condition, you will accept it, diba? Why? Because less than 6 years or between 5 to 6 years, you can be able to recover na. If ang ating estimated useful life of the assets is 10 years, mayroon pa tayong 4 years para magamit ang ating investment. You have 4 years to use our investment. Okay? That's the basic rule. Assume that the Stewart company projects ito class yung may condition. What if there would be a condition na, no? Assume that Stewart company sub project is acceptable if the payback is longer than 60%. If it is longer than 60%, so yan ay unacceptable na. Okay? Thus, this project is acceptable because you have 5.42 years. No? The 5.42-year payback period is just over 50% of the project's 10-year expected useful life. All right. Yan. As a general rule, no? Pag walang condition, pag mababa yan in terms of our estimated useful life, it is to be accepted. Pag may condition, I will not accept it if it is more than 6 years. No? Kahit yan ay mas mababa sa estimated useful life, it would depends on your condition. Okay. So what would be the advantage of our cash payback period? Napakadaling i-compute. Diba? Maning-mani. No? If you have your investment, just divide it by marireceive mo. Diba? It is easy to compute and understand. Okay? The cash payback may be useful as an initial screening tool. It may also be critical in terms of your capital budgeting, and it is easy to understand and compute, and it is fast. Diba? Turnaround. Kaya lang, as kanina, diba, may nagsabi kanina, no? In our Facebook, no? Kaya lang, what is the disadvantage for this? No? However, it should not be only basis for our capital budgeting. Why? Number one, it ignores the profitability of the project. And number two, it also ignores the time value of money. And this is the most important of all. No? It ignores the time value of money. Mamaya class. Before we go to net present value, I will discuss about the present value of annuity or the present value of one. Sige, I think ina yung susunod. Yeah. Explain the net present value method. Kanina, di ba, may si Genesis ba yun? Sabi, the time value of money or the net present value. Okay. What is the meaning of this net present value? No? The capital budgeting techniques that takes into account both the time value of money, yung tinatawag nating discounted cash flow techniques. Okay. Please take note of the net present value or the discounted cash flow technique. Ano sinabi? It is the most informative and the best conceptual approaches in making capital budgeting decisions. Okay, why? Again, because of consideration of our time value of money, DTMV. Time value of money. Okay. So how do we compute for our net present value? It is your present value of your net cash flow just minus your net investment. And yan yung ating net present value. Mamaya class, I will discuss naman about our internal rate of return. But before that, no, ito yung kanina, no? So, net present value is the difference between your present value of your cash flows and your net investment. And we will consider what you call required minimum rate of return or yung ating effective interest rate. Alright. But may question. Ano ba sir ang gagamitin namin? Is it present value of 1 or is it present value of annuity of 1? Ano ba ang pagkakaiba ng present value of annuity and the present value of 1? Basta sir, ang alam ko dyan, ang pag-compute niyan ay ganito. Present value of 1. Basta ang alam po niyang class, ang pag-compute niyan ay 1 point, ano ba? 12%. 1.12 divided by equal sign. Ano ba? Basta sir, ang pag-compute ng present value of annuity of 1 ay 1.12 divided by equal sign minus 1, disregard the negative, divided by 0.12. Diba? Ganun yung ginawa sa inyo, diba? Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. Pag tinanong natin, saan ba nanggaling yung formulang yan? Basta yan yung formula. Basta ang formula ng present value of 1 is 1.12 divided by equal sign. The present value of annuity is equals to 1.12 divided by equal sign minus 1 divided by 0.12. Basta yun na yun, sir. Ganun ba? Okay. I will introduce you, no? I will teach you saan ba nanggaling yung present value of annuity or the present value of 1. Alam nyo ba, class, nagsimula lang yan sa interest is equals to principal times rate times time. Or that what you called principal to be multiplied by rate to be multiplied by time. Sige, I will give you example, no? This is your present value and this is your future value. Alright. Ano ba ang tawag dito? Present value to the future value. Anong tawag dyan? It is known as compounding. Ibig sabihin, yung 100 pesos mo at 6% interest, magkano na yan after 3 years? Year 0, year 1, year 2, and year 3. And that's compounding is all about. Meaning to say, magkano siya after 1 year? 100 to be multiplied by 6% times 12 over 12. Malamang yan ay 6 pesos. Or, 100 to be multiplied by 1.06. Magkano yung pera mo after 1 year? 106. 100 pesos through the PRT, magiging 106. How about in year 2? Doon na tayo sa, doon na lang tayo sa shortcut. 100 to be multiplied by 1.06. Ibig sabihin, after year 2, yung pera mo ay 112 na. How about in year 3? Magkano na yung pera mo after year 3? Alright? So, raised to the 2 to, ha? 100, 1.6, raised to the 3. It is now 119 pesos. Ibig sabihin, class, at 100 pesos, no? Yung pera mo ay magiging 119 pesos after 3 years. Anong tawag doon? Compounding. Ibig sabihin, ilan yung pera mo after 3 years? How about naman future value to the present value? Anong tawag doon? Discounting. Okay. What do you mean of discounting? Kung ito class ay we multiply, para ibalik natin, anong gagawin natin? We will divide. Tama ba? Yes. Simple math lang yan, ha? We will divide. Ibig sabihin, if you have 119 pesos here, just divide 1.6 raised to the 3, magkano siya after this one? Malamang, 100 yan. Okay? How about your year 2? You have 112 divided by 1.6 raised to the 2. For sure, yan ay magiging 100. How about in year 1? If you have 106 here divided by 1.6 raised to the 1, sigurado yan ay magiging 100. Anong tawag doon? Discounting. If you have future value, magkano yung present value? In the capital budgeting decision, we have future value already. And we need to compute for our present value. Okay, wala pa to class, ha? Wala pa to, ha? Okay. Halimbawa, may piso ka. No? What if you have 1 peso? Alright? Present value, future value. You have piso. Okay. At 6% pa din. Magkano siya in year 1, year 2, and year 3? How much would be in year 1? Piso to be multiplied by 1.06. You have 1.06. Year 2, piso, 1.06. Raised to the 2, you have 1.12. In year 3, piso, 1.6. Raised to the 3, you have 1.19. Get your calculator. By the way, ito yung kanina, ha? Pwede naman yung long cut. Ito lang yung shortcut. Get your calculator. 1.06. Again, ito ay nagva-vary, ha? It would depends on your interest. 1.06 multiply. Alright? Equal sign. For sure, ito ay what? Ito na yan, no? Ito na yung una. Equal sign ay 1.12. Equal sign 1.19. Tama ba? Equal sign, kung ilan yung nandito, equal sign. Diyan nanggaling yung formulang yan. No? 1.6 multiply, equal sign, and equal sign. Okay ba? Naintindihan? Okay. Kung ito class ay we multiply, we will divide. 1 divided by 1.06 raised to the 3. 1 divided by 1.6 raised to the 2. 1 divided by 1.6 raised to the 1. Ilan ito, class? I think ito ay, get my calculator. 1 divided by 1.06. So ito ay 0.94. This one is 0.89. This one is 0.84. By just dividing it, no? 1 divided by 1.06, 1 divided by 1. Kaya ng doble to. Ito naman ay triple. Okay. Get your calculator. 1.06 divided by equal sign. Malamang ito ay 1 pa din. Equal sign, di ba 0.94 yan? Equal sign, you have 0.89. Equal sign, you have 0.84, and so on and so forth. Correct? What is the meaning of this? 0.94, 0.89, 0.84. And that's your present value of 1. Correct? If you add all of this, anong tawag doon? Present value of annuity of 1. Tama ba? Diyan nang gagaling, okay? Diyan nang gagaling yung ate. Oh, Sir Perry Lim. No? Okay, shout out. Buti nakita ko Sir Perry. Yeah. One of my idol in the LaSalle University, si Sir Perry Lim. No? Champion, no? Siya yung isa sa mga coach ng DLSU Manila with Ma'am Mitch Ang. No? Congrats, Sir Perry, Anyway, 0.94 plus 0.89, and we have 0.84. Okay, so that's the present value of 1 and also about the present value of annuity. No? Yan yung sasabihin natin, pinaka-shortcut, no? In computing for the PV of 1 and also about the PV of annuity of 1. Okay. Welcome, sir. Anyway, yan. So, ganoon lang nangyari na. Yun lang naman yung formula, no? So, that's the thing, no? Kaya saan nanggagaling yung mga PV of 1 or PV of annuity of 1. Alright? So, hopefully, malinaw yan, ha? Para at least pag nakalimutan yung formula natin, you can be able to have this formula na 1 divided by the 1.06 or the percentage of it raised to the 1, raised to the 2, raised to the 3. No? It would depends on you, no, particularly or pwede naman ito, no? For the purpose naman, pwede naman to class, no? Kaya lang, saan ba nanggaling yung formula? Saan ba nanggaling yung formula? O saan ba nanggaling yung basic for that one? Alright, sige. Alright, so we go back to this again. Ayan. So, that's the net present value method or the cash inflows. No? Hopefully, nakatulong din ako. No? Or alam nyo na yan, na-refresh lang. Okay? Na-refresh lang. Okay. Next one. So, the higher the NPV, the more attractive is your investment. Naniniwala naman ako na alam nyo yan. No? Na-refresh lang. Anyway. So, what would be the decision, no, particularly about our NPV, no? So if you have the present value of the future cash inflows minus our capital investment, it is equals to your net present value. Okay. Yan. So in terms of our NPV, no? If it is 0 or positive, accept the proposal. All right? If it is negative naman, you will reject the proposal. Okay. So that's the basic, no? The present value of the future cash flows minus net investment, then you have the net present value. Ano yung pinaka main goal dito? If 0 or positive, accept mo na yan. Okay, 0, no? Kasi nga, all of this are estimate lang naman, no? Pero pag negative, reject the proposal. Okay. We'll give you this one. Okay, sample natin. Okay. O, saan ito nanggaling? Okay. Mamaya class. O, kailang 10 years kasi ito, no? O, di gawin mo, plus mo yung 1 divided by 1 point, ilan ba to? 12% pala to. O, ito yung long cut, no? Plus 1, 1.12 raised to the 2, plus 1, 1.12 raised to the 3, hanggang 1 divided by 1.12 raised to the 10. Add mo lahat yan. Diba? Yan yung basic. Okay? Sorry, long cut. Or you can do 1.12 divided by, equal sign, hanggang 10 times to. Hanggang 10 times, no? 10 times to, ha? Tapos, minus 1 divided by 0.12. Ano tawag doon? 5.65022. Sir, pwede ko bang gamitin ang PV of 1? Pwede, no? So, 24,000 times 1 divided by 1.12. 24,000 times 1.12 raised to the 2. 24,000 times 1.12 raised to the 3. Pwede. Hanggang mag 1.12 raised to the 10. Pero sayang ang oras. Wag na. Diba? Because it is 24,000 is, ano tawag doon? Equal. Wag na, no? Gawin mo yung shortcut na. We're in to compute for the PV of annuity. Okay. Okay, wag malito class, no? Pwedeng gamitin parehas. PV of 1 or PV of unwitty. Oh, yung iba kasi nalilito. PV of 1 or PV of unwitty. Di ba? Ganun yung ginagawa niya, no? Anyway, pwede naman parehas, no? Kaya lang, syempre, labanan dyan ay shortcut. Okay? And long cut. Let's say we compute now for 5.65022. So if you have 24,000 times 5.65022, you have 135,65065. All right? And if you have your capital investment of 130, your net present value is worth 5,605. And that's now your net present value. Okay, accept or reject. As discussed a while ago, if it is more than, or sorry, if it is uh, positive or zero, you will accept the proposal. No? The proposal of this capital investment is acceptable at the 12% required rate of return. Why? Because your NPV here is zero. Okay. Yan. So that's your NPV. Okay. Mamaya Sir Perry, ano kita? Okay, thank you. Okay. Ito class, sabi ko kanina, no? In terms of unequal. Yan. Nakalimutan mo yung formula. Paano ka nakuha itong 89 to 86, 79,719? Paano nga yan? Just multiply it by 1 divided by 1.12 times 1 divided by 1.12 raised to the 2. Ito lang yun. Ito lang yan. Okay? Sige. Mas maganda ilagay ko sa gitna. Ilagay ko sa ano. Yan. Ilagay ko dito. Yan. Or 1 divided by 1.12. Para lang ma-shortcut, 1.12 raised to the 10. Yan. Okay? Meron lang yan, ha? Or, sa calculator natin, 1.12 divided by equal sign. Ito na yan. Equal sign, ito na yan. And so on and so forth. Anong tawag dito, class? Ang tawag dito ay PV of 1. If you add all of this, anong tawag? PV of annuity of 1. Just multiply it by 34,000, by 30, by 27, by 25, by 24, by 21, by 20, by 18. All right? And that's now your present value. If you add all of this, ano tong 144,367? That's now your present value of cash flows. And the present value of your cash flows, it is to be to be compared with our capital investment. If your capital investment is at 130,000, 144,367 minus 130,000, and you have 14,367. Ano yung 14,367? And that's now your net present value. As discussed a while ago, if it is more than, okay, or sorry, it is zero or positive, you will accept the proposal. Meaning to say, the net present value here is 14,367. Accept the proposal. Okay? Because the required rate of return is more than, okay? Or the net present value is more than. And it is positive. Okay. And okay. So how do we choose our discount? No? So if ever man, meron pa tayong time, susunod na lang sigurong ano natin in our next discussion, no? Or next webinar, no? I will discuss next is all about cost of capital. Ano yung cost of capital? Yan yung rate na ginagamit natin in computing for our present value. It is the effective interest, no? The cost of capital is also known as the discount rate, the hurdle rate, the cut-off rate, the required rate of return. How do we compute for the cost of capital? Diba? I will give you dalawa lang naman yan, no? The weighted average or rates paid on the borrowed funds and the funds from the end. Meaning to say, cost of debt. Okay? And cost of equity. In terms of the cost of equity, tatlo yan, class. Cost of preference shares, cost of ordinary shares, and the cost of our retained earnings. And all of this are to be multiplied by the cost structure or the capital structure para makuha natin yung tinatawag nating weighted average cost of capital. Asahan na, medyo mahaba-haba to. Sa madaming formulas, no? So, if ever man, baka next year na, uh, uh, if ever man, may part 2, I will discuss about cost of capital. Why? It is the rate we're in to compute for your present value, the effective interest rate. Okay? Anyway, sige. So, discount rate has two elements. So, you have cost of capital element and we have also our risk element, no? And the companies often assume the risk element as 0. All right. Sige. Oh, ito class common sense naman lang to, no? Ano pipiliin natin? Mas mataas na interest or mas mababang interest? It is known as cost of capital. Okay? Siyempre, pag malaki yung interest natin, yan yung cost natin, ano nangyayari sa ating discount factor or the present value of annuity, bumababa din. Ibig sabihin, pag bumababa yan, as time goes by, anong mangyayari sa ating present value of your cash flows? Bababa din. How about our capital investment? Same lang yan. Pag tumaas ang ating cash, ang ating percentage, what will happen to our net present value? Magiging negative na. Meaning to say, ito ay to be rejected. Okay? This one, it is to be accepted. Ibig sabihin, class, mas maganda pala, mas mababa ang ating interest. Pag mababa ang ating interest, ibig sabihin, it is to be acceptable, no? In your exam, no? Iba dito ay mga fourth year na, no? Usually ang ating problem dito is all about, no, the NPV, no? The lower the better, particularly about your NPV. All right. Next one. How to simplify assumptions, no? Okay. All cash flows daw comes at the end of each year or all cash flows are reinvested. Kaya lang, in reality, or cash flows are predicted with certainty, pero in reality, ang ating mga percentage in real world, no, they're all based on estimated analysis, no? And some of these assumptions are relaxed in a more advanced capital budgeting technique. They're all to be based on the estimated. Lahat naman yan ay estimated. Cost of capital, let's say 10, 12% or 10% yan. Yung ating cash flow, yan ay based on the estimated. Alright? Sige. Para lang maintindihan nyo, no? To simplify this one, I will give you a comprehensive example. Investment of 1 million. Then we have cost of equipment overhaul of 5 years. Then we have salvage value of 20,000. Then we have cost of capital of 15%. And because of you will be able to purchase, no? Because of that, you have a 500, 300, 300 minus 30 to 70, to you have 230. Because of your investment of 1 million, you will expect to have 230 as part of your net cash annual or net cash flows. All right. Sige. We do it one by one. Diba tama ako? So, net cash flows are 230. Okay. So, next one. So, equipment purchase, since it is time period of 0 today, malamang 1.0. Sorry. Pag-type ko nakamali ako. It is 1 million. Okay? Equipment overhaul. What do you mean of equipment overhaul? After 5 years daw, pwede kang mag-major repair, no? For your equipment. Okay? Sir, ba't mo kinukompute yan sa present value of 1? Because the 200,000 is different, no? Or will change the value of it after 5 years. Time value of money. Meaning to say, the 200,000 now, the 200,000 5 years from now is only worth 99,436. Why? Because the time value of money. As time goes by, our 1 peso here is only worth 0.94 after 1 year, 0.89 after 2 years, 0.84 after 3 years. As time goes by, ano nangyayari sa ating value of money in terms of 1? Bumababa. Yan ang nangyayari sa ating inflation or cost of capital, di ba? Napapansin nyo, dati, pag kayo kumakain sa Jollibee or McDonald's, the value meal is only 39 pa nga dati, naalala ko yan. Sorry Sa mga taga Bicol dito, taga Naga, proud Ateneo de Naga, no? Okay? Mga Ateneo de Naga University, naalala ko sa Bicol, sa Naga. Kasama ko yung lolo ko, no? Kumakain kami, 39 pesos lang. Okay? Ngayon, magkano na yung value meal, no? 100 something. 109 na nga ngayon, di ba? Because of the time value of money. Okay, sige. That's why we compute for present value of money. Okay? We have also here your cash flows. Since it is equal, so we can be able to compute it using the present value of annuity of 1. Or pwede naman, present value of 1. Kaya lang, nako, parang awa niya na 10 years to. Wag na. Okay? Okay, ibig sabihin, negative to. Why negative? Because it is purchase, it is an outflow. Why negative here? An outflow also because there would be a repair. And we have positive because it is a return. It is your net cash flows, no? Ibig sabihin, if you have your cash flows, particularly for your net cash flows, no? Ibig sabihin, mataas yung ating price, no? You have 1,154,317. And also salvage value. Okay? Why salvage value as positive? Ibig sabihin, the 1 peso worth at 15% is worth 0.24719. Tignan mo yung 20,000 mo, 10 years from now is only worth 4,944. Alright? 4,944. Okay. Bakit? Because after 10 years, ibebenta mo na yung i-purchase mo is only worth $20,000. No? Napakababa. No? So, magkano class ang ating net present value? 59,825. Accept or reject? Since positive ito class, we will accept it. No? Because the NPV is positive, then the project should be accepted. Alright? It is to be accepted. Alright. Okay, so identify the challenges naman presented in the intangible benefits in our capital budgeting. Ano yung mga intangible benefits natin, no? In terms of evaluating it, no? To avoid rejecting the projects that should be accepted, ano sabi? There are two possible approaches. Calculate the NPV ignoring intangible benefit, and if NPV is negative, as if intangible benefits are worth at least the negative NPV. Kasi nga may mga times, sige na nga, estimate lang naman yan, no? Sige. Yes, we ignore muna the intangible benefits, pero if it is worth naman, di ba? Okay. Number 2, project graph. No? Conservative estimates of the value of the intangible benefits and include those in the NPV. As a basic rule, first, it should be tangible lang. Okay. Siyempre, may mga time din na there would be an intangible benefits. Okay. So, mutually exclusive projects naman. No? Ano bang ibig sabihin nito? Di ba? Ito yung laging diba? In theory, all projects with positive NPVs should be accepted. As a basic rule, 0 or positive, it is to be accepted. However, companies rarely are able to adopt all positive NPV proposals. Okay. Proposals are often mutually exclusive, meaning that if the company adopts one proposal, it would be impossible to adopt the other proposal. You will choose between A and B. If project A, ang pinili natin, wala na yung project B. And that's the mutually exclusive. Okay. So mamaya, we will discuss it one pag tayo ay nasa profitability index na, no? Even in one cases, no, where projects are not mutually exclusive, managers must often choose between various positive NPV because the projects have limited resources. We'll discuss more about this pag tayo ay nasa profitability index, no? When choosing between alternatives, it is tempting to choose the project with the highest NPV, but the investment required the project to be considered. Yun nga, kaya nga madami tayo. We have a lot of methods, no? Kasi we have what you call profitability, payback period, no? We have net present value, we have what you call the profitability index. Now we have internal rate of return, and the last one is accounting or annual rate of return. Okay. Ito na class, no? Kaya ako diniscuss yung mutually exclusive because of profitability index. Okay. One relatively simple method of comparing it, no, as part of the alternative project is known as profitability index. If you notice, class, the formula for this is the same as the NPV. Di ba? Ano yung NPV natin? Present value of your cash flows minus initial investment or investment. Okay. It equals to NPV. Alam nyo ba, class? Same lang naman, di ba? Ano pa kakaiba nila? The mathematics symbol. Yeah? In our profitability index, we divide. Okay? In this one, it is we minus. No? The PV of your cash flows is we subtract. All right. So, profitability index example. Di ba? Ito yung sabi ko kanina, no? If you choose project A, wala na yung project B. Diba? That's the mutually exclusive, no? So the company must choose between two mutually exclusive. Each project has a 10-year and 12%. Okay, class, pag yan ay net present value, ano ang pipiliin natin? Is it 18,112 or 2574? Siyempre, pipiliin mo yung pinakamataas in terms of the net present value, which is at 2574. Okay. Mako-compute ba natin yung ating present profitability index? Yes, no? Nandito na yung investment natin. 'Di ba? Kaya lang wala yung present value of cash flows. Alam niyo ba, class, mako-compute natin? Paano? So, project A muna tayo. Okay, profitability index is equals to, di ba, class, ang formula niya ay present value of your cash flows minus minus initial investment, and you have net present value. Given na, class, ang net present value. Gets ba ako? Sige. Pag ganito lang yung class, wag na yung long cut. Sayang yung oras, diba? Again, ano nga yung formula ng ating net present value? Present value of your cash flows minus our net investment is equals to NPV, diba? Project A muna tayo. Di ba, class, ito yung question mark natin. Net investment is 40,000, di ba? Given na yung 18,112, mako-compute ba yung present value of your cash flows? Yes. So, malamang ito ay 58,112. Okay. Profitability index, 58,112 divided by 18,112. Magkano to? So, 58,112 divided by 18,112, it is equals to 3.21. Okay? How about sa letter B? Ganun din, no? B tayo. Ano mo na lang, di ba? Add mo lang, no? So, you have 110,574. Saan ito galing? 90,000 plus 50 because of this formula, di ba? Divided by our investment of, mali pala ako, class. Sorry, mali ako. Sorry. Bakit 18,112 yung ano ko? Ito lang naman ang mali ko. Mali din to. Dapat ay investment. Okay, sorry, mali. So, 58,112 divided by our 40,000. Okay? Because the formula ay present value of your cash flows divided by net investment. So, 58,112 divided by 40,000. Sorry. So, 58,112 divided by 40,000. Oh, sorry. 58,112 divided by 40,000. Ilan yan? 1.45. Okay? How about this one? 110,574 divided by 90,000. Sa project B ay, so 110,574 divided by 90,000, you have 1.22. 1.23. O class, kanina, pinili natin ang project B of the net present value. Okay, ngayon, ano ba ang ating pipiliin na? Okay? What we will choose here is the project A. Okay, because of mas malaki siya in terms of our profitability index, no? The profitability index here is worth 1.45. Yan, okay. Bakit class? Bakit ko to inano? Kasi ah yung iba kasi ay gumagawa pa ng long cut. Wag na yung long cut. Nako, sayang ng oras. Tingnan mo. Yan. So with this one, as shown, both projects have positive NPVs. So you have your project B and also we have our project. Yeah. NPV is higher, but the project also requires more than 2 times the initial investment than project A. Okay? Yan. So yan yung ating ano ha, uh, yung ating mutually exclusive. No, okay. Ito kasi class ha, ito kasi ginawa nila. No? If you notice, profitability index as initial investment. So you have 40, you have 90. Tingnan mo class, ang ginawa nila. Nag-long cut pa, no? So, kinumpute pa yung present value of annuity, kinumpute pa yung present value of 1, kinumpute pa yung present value of annuity, present value of 1. Di ba class, same lang naman yun. Sayang ng oras, di ba? What you will do, di ba same lang naman yung ating tanong, same as our project A of 1.45 and also about the project B of 1.23. Sayang class. Meaning to say, if you have 58,112 and if you have 40,000, okay? Sayang ng oras, okay? With this one, no? All right? Yeah, so 1.45 at the same time you have project B of 1.23. Okay. So project A is a more desirable because it has a higher profitability index. Okay. Risk analysis, no? So simplifying assumptions made by the analysis, no, is all about sensitivity analysis, no? So the projected results are known with certainty. In reality, this is seldom true. No? One approach for dealing with the uncertainty is sensitivity analysis. No? To be sensitive, in which number or the outcomes of it will base on the estimates. Sige. So, paano yun? Sensitivity analysis. Very important here is all about the post-audit investment. No? So, lahat naman yan class ay may feedback. No? Organizations should perform post-audit of its investment projects after their completion. And with the post-audit through evaluation or how well the projects or actual performance matches your projections. So, paano yung post-audit? No? Managers that know their estimates will eventually be compared to actual. Baka yan lang naman ay puro plano lang. Hindi yan realistic. Okay. They are more likely to submit realistic data when making our investment proposals. Right? And number two, post audits provides a formal mechanism for helping to decide whether existing projects, no, existing projects should be continued. Okay? Or post audit can also help managers improve their estimations techniques, thereby improving the development of our future investment proposals. Okay. Yan. Okay. We are now in number 4. Okay? Internal rate of return. Don't worry. We have only one. Tapos we summarize, then we solve problems. Siguro mga 5 or 5:30 we can have it now a day. IRR. What do you mean of IRR? So it results, okay, it results in a finding of the interest yield of a potential investment. Pag sinabi class IRR, your NPV is 0. Okay? So internal rate of return is 0. All right? Meaning to say, in terms of the internal rate of return as 0, diba? The present value of your cash flow minus our net investment is equal to 0. Meaning to say, in the IRR, the present value of your cash flow is equals to your net investment. Yes, that's why NPV is 0 when you say about our internal rate of return. How do we compute for that one? Number one, we compute first for our IRR factor. No, yan. So how do we compute for IRR factor? Capital investment divided by net cash inflow. If you notice, class, ito ay kaparehas na formula ng ating payback period. Yes, the same formula in computing for our payback period. The capital investment, just divide it by the net cash inflow is equals to your internal rate of return. In the payback period, what we are computing here is the number of years. This one is the internal rate factor. And number 2, pupunta kayo, compute muna. Ako excited, no? 249 as the investment divided by 45,000 and you have 5.5333. And after that one, class, pupunta kayo sa inyong table, particularly the present value of the annuity table, and hahanapin mo yung 5.5333. If I remember right, it is between 8 to 9%, no? So approximately mas malapit yung 9%, which is at 5.5333. Meaning to say, if you have 9% as your IRR, your NPV here is 0. If you have 9% here, the present value of your cash flow is equals to your net investment. If you have 9%. Okay. So how do we decide whether to accept it? If your IRR, okay, ay nawala. If your IRR is more than or equal to your weighted average cost of capital, it is to be accepted. Other than that, no, if the IRR is less than your weighted average cost of capital, and I to be rejected. What if you have a minimum required rate of return of 8% and if you have 9% as your IRR, you will accept the proposal. Okay? Again, you will accept the proposal if the IRR is more than your weighted average cost of capital. Okay. So, internal rate of return as decision rule, no? So, meaning to say IRR, you have the minimum required rate of return. It is to be compared with equal or greater than, accept the proposal. Pag yan naman ay less than, you will reject the proposal. And that's your internal rate of return. Okay. Okay. Comparing the discounted or cash flow methods. So, ito kanina, no? To summarize lang everything about the NPV or IRR, no? NPV, again, compute for the present value of it, for the net present value of it. To accept the NPV should be 0 or positive. If IRR naman, compute for the IRR, you will accept the IRR if the IRR is more than your minimum required rate of return, or if the IRR is more than your weighted average cost of capital. That's the basic rule. Okay. Last one tayo. Last one tayo is all about our annual rate of return method or tinatawag nating accounting rate of return. Ano naman yung annual rate of return or accounting rate of return? Ano yung formula natin? Expected annual net income divided by your average investment. And that's now your annual rate of return. Sir, teka lang. A while ago, what we are using is about cash basis of accounting. And now, we are now in annual rate of return or accounting rate of return. And we are now using accounting. We are now using net income. Bakit? The annual rate of return technique is also known as accounting rate of return or the average rate of return. That's why the formula here is the expected annual net income divided by your average investment and you have your annual rate of return. Okay? Tandaan niyo kasi, and it should be average. This one is the net income. Okay. Same as your IRR. If the annual rate of return is compared to our required minimum rate of return for investment, meaning to say, if your ARR is greater than or equal to your weighted average cost of capital, it is to be accepted. Other than that, it is to be rejected. If your accounting rate of return is less than, sorry, is less than to our weighted average cost of capital. Yan yung basic rule natin, ha? Okay. The project is acceptable if the annual rate of return is greater than or equal to our minimum required rate of return. All right. Sige. Alam niyo naman, class, kung paano mag-compute ng net income, ha? So you have 200,000 less cost of expenses, manufacturing, depreciation, selling. Class, kasama yung depreciation, ha? Kadalasan, nakakamali dito, walang depreciation. We have income before income taxes, and we have our income taxes, and we have now our net income of 13. And this one is to be used in computing for our accounting rate of return. And if you have investment original plus investment at the end divided by 2, and that's your average investment. Huwag kakalimutan, class, ha, yung ating formula na it should be average. Kadalasan, nakakalimutan i-average. And then may answer pa sa board exam. Akala nyo tama kayo. Yung pala ay hindi. Sayang. Diba? Sayang. Alright? So the expected annual rate of return for Reno's investment is therefore 20% compared to, if you have your 20%, so 13,000 divided by 65,000 and you have 20%. Okay. So, ano naman yung ating advantages and disadvantages of the ARR? Malamang ang advantage natin dyan ay napakadaling i-compute. Alam niyo naman ang pag-compute ng ating net income. No? The principal advantages of this method are the simplicity of the calculations and also about the management familiarity with the accounting terms it uses. Napakadali. Alam na alam nyo yan. Diba? Kaya lang, ano naman yung ating limitations for this? It does not consider the time value of money. No? And also this method relies heavily on the accrual basis of accounting. Alright, so yan ang pangit specifically in terms of accounting rate of return. Alright, ito, don't worry. Yan ay nasa ating, ito ay nilagay ko sa nilagay ko to sa Jamboard para mabilis ma-compute. We go back to this one. Okay. Class, wait lang. Give me 1 minute. No? Medyo na-off yung aircon. Wait lang. Alright. Na-off yung aircon. Mainit na. No? Anyway, sige. Alright. Sige. We go back to the basic, no? Ano nga yung pinakauna? To summarize everything, no? About capital budgeting. Okay, ano nga yung class? We have our number 1 is all about your payback period. Okay? In terms of our payback period, ano nga yung formula natin? Net investment, alright? Divided by our net cash flow. Diba? Okay. Class, what if yan ay hindi equal? Manual tayo mag-compute. Mamaya, I have sample in computing for the manual. But for now, ang formula niya ay net investment divided by net cash flows. To accept this one, no? The payback period is dapat ay less than with your estimated useful life of the assets. Okay? To be accepted, to accept, no? Pero pag may condition, depende sa condition. Okay. We have also here our net present value. So in terms of our net present value, ano yung formula natin? We have our, sorry, mali. We have our present value of your cash flows, no? Present value of your cash flow minus our net investment para ma-compute natin yung ating NPV. Again, we consider the time value of money. In terms of the NPV, to accept the NPV, your NPV is 0 or positive, no? So, to accept this one, 0 or positive. And that's our net present value. How about naman our profitability index? Sabi ko kanina, no? In terms of the profitability index, same lang yan class ng formula. Present value of your cash flows and our net investment. Same as your net present value. Kaya lang, ito ay minus, ito naman ay we divide. Of course, to accept it, depende yan if it is mutually exclusive. Siyempre, pinakamalaki na profitability index. The highest between or the higher between the profitability index. Ano pa? We have also here yung tinatawag nating internal rate of return. Ano nga class? Ang internal rate of return? Internal rate of return. Okay? So, una muna, compute muna for the IRR factor. How do you compute for IRR factor? Net investment, di ba? Divided by our net cash flows. Same as computation for our profitability index. And number 2, pupunta tayo sa present value of annuity table. Okay? Annuity of 1 para hanapin natin yung percentage natin ng ating IRR. Diba? To accept your IRR should be higher or less than your weighted average cost of capital to be accepted. Okay? And the last one is all about our accounting rate of return. Accounting rate of return or yung ating annual rate of return or sa ibang libro, ang tawag dito class ay average rate of return. Same lang yan class ha. Accounting rate of return, annual rate of return, or average rate of return. How do we compute for this one? It is your annual net income, diba? Annual net income, just divide it by your average net investment. Class, please take note. It should be average net investment. Okay, kasi nakakalimutan, no? To accept this one, no? Your accounting rate of return should be more than or equal to your weighted average cost of capital, no? Yan lang naman yung pinaka-basic, no, about our capital budgeting. Ano pa? Next one. You have your payback period, diba? You have your net present value method. Okay? Net present value. We have our profitability index. Profitability index. We have our internal rate of return. Okay? And we have also our accounting rate of return. Okay. Class, payback period and accounting rate of return. Diba? Sorry, ito na muna. Payback period. Sige, payback period, present value method, internal rate of return. Ito na muna, class. Ito, class, ay we consider cash basis of accounting. Correct? How about your accounting rate of return? We use accrual basis of accounting. Meaning to say, you have what you call income. Correct? Yes. Payback period naman, and at the same time, your accounting rate of return, it does not consider the time value of money. It does not consider the time value of money. While the net present value, your profitability index, yes, we consider the time value of money. That's the summary of it, no? All in all. Diba? In the payback period and the accounting rate of return, it does not consider the time value of money. But in the payback period, in the net present value, in the profitability index, in internal rate of return, we use cash basis of accounting. While in the accounting rate of return, we use accrual basis of accounting. Alright? Don't worry. Meron tayong applications na. Ano lang tayo? Sandali lang to. Mga 5 questions lang. Siguro mga 5 o'clock, we are finished na naman. We go to this one. Yan. Ito ba yun? I think yes. Don't worry class. I will not, pipiliin ko lang yung discussion natin. No? Don't worry. Baka kayo ay ma-shock. No? Ang hirap naman yan, sir. Sige, mamaya ko na to erase. Yan. Ito tayo sa madali lang. Okay, sige. Erase ko lang ha. Kasi kanina while ini-erase ko to. Alright, sige. We go first with number 1. Ito class, wala pa to sa ating discussion kanina, no? In computing for our net investment. Alright, paano pag ganito, no? In terms of our net investment. Okay, sige. Sige, kunin ko muna yung aking kodigo. Yan. Ay, wala pala. Sige. Letter A muna tayo. Okay? So letter A, your capital gains or loss, and recapture our depreciation. For each of the following cases, compute the taxes resulting from the sale of assets. We go first with our taxes muna. Letter A muna tayo. No? So letter A, class, letter A. The asset is sold for 80,000. Okay? So magkano muna class ang ating market value? Or magkano mo sa class na ibenta? 80,000. Okay. Magkano class ang ating book value? For each of the following cases, okay, the asset was purchased 75 and has a book value of 40. Meaning to say, ang ating book value ay 40. Gain or loss? Siyempre, gain to. Gain natin ay 40,000. Magkano yung ating tax? Magkano yung tax? 34%. Diba? Ito yung tanong eh. Magkano yung tax sa gain? So you have 40,000 to be multiplied by 34%. You have here 13,600. Tax on the gain, the answer here is 13,600. Ganun kadali. Letter boy tayo. Okay? Market value or net proceeds, no? For this one, market value is worth 70,000. Magkano yung ating book value? Our book value is 40,000. How much would be your gain again? You have 30. Alright? So 30,000 to be multiplied by tax of 34%. Mamaya class, very important is our tax. So you have 30 to be multiplied by 34%. You have 10,200. Ano yung question class? Magkano yung tax on gain? Okay. Letter C tayo. Letter C naman, okay. Market value or asset sold or asset asset sold, no? Market value, how much? You have 40,000. Magkano yung book value natin? 40,000. Mayroon ba tayong gain? Wala. Zero. May tax ba? Zero din. Letter dog. The asset is sold for 38,000. Magkano yung market value? 38,000. Alright? Magkano yung ating book value? Ang ating book value ay 40. Di ba? Ito naman ay loss. Alright? May loss tayo ng 2,000. Sa tax ba? Pag may loss, ang tawag doon class ay tax benefit. Okay? Magkano yung tax benefit niya? Of course, 34%, 2,000 times 34%. And this one is worth 680. 680 would be your tax benefit. Ito class ay importante pag tayo na ay nasa letter boy. Okay. Boy tayo. Hindi pa na-erase. Okay? So, letter boy tayo. No? So, letter boy. Nang-erase ko lang. Alright. Sige. We go first with letter A, letter B, letter C, and letter D. Ah, go first with our magkano yung initial investment. Initial investment. 'Di ba? 90,000. 90,000. This one is 90,000 and you have 90,000. Okay? What else? Magkano ba ang ating installation cost? Installation cost, how much? You have your 10, you have your 10, you have your 10,000, and you have your 10,000. Oh, how about, okay, ito na class. Okay? Oh, class, pag positive, outflow yan ha. Pag positive, outflow. Para wag malito, no? Pag negative yan, class, okay? Yan ay inflow. Ibig sabihin, may papasok na pera sa inyo. Pag positive, outflow yan. Ito lang class ha. Bahala kayo. Kung gusto nyo parang hindi kayo malito, pag outflow, negative. Pag positive, inflow. Pwede naman ganun, no? Okay? Sige. 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 Para lang hindi kayo malito, no? Kasi ang ating tanong kasi is not investment. Okay. Sige. Para hindi kayo malito, no? Di ba outflow to? Pag outflow ay negative, negative to, negative to, negative to, negative to, negative, negative. Bakit negative? Kasi tayo ay bibili ng investment. Bakit negative? Tayo ay magpapa-install. We go first with letter A. Ano ba nangyari sa letter A? Nagbenta ka na worth 80,000. Ibig sabihin, yan yung proceeds from sale of old equipment. Magkano yun? 80,000. Negative or positive? Positive because cash inflow. Naka-receive ka ng 80,000. Okay. Next one. So malamang ang answer mo dito class ay negative ah. Bakit negative? Investment. Magastos ka eh. No? Okay. Kaya lang ginawa ko para lang maintindihan nyo about your net investment. Okay. Sige. Next one. So proceeds from sale of all. Ano pa? Di ba class, meron tayong gain? Ano yung gain? 13,600. Okay. May question sa inyo. Pag may gain ba, magbabayad ka ba ng tax? Okay. May question. Pag may gain ba, tayo ay magbabayad ng tax? Chat box please. Di ba yes? Kung magbabayad ka ng tax, ibig sabihin, 13,600 is an what? Outflow. Again, pag negative ay outflow. Para wag malito, no? Pag positive, yan ay inflow. Okay, ibig sabihin, pag may gain tayo, we will pay. Pay, pay, and pay. Ito naman ay inflow. Okay? So, magkano class ang ating net investment? Malamang negative yan. Bakit negative? Kasi, investment mo. Di ba? So, 90. Pero sa ano, pag-compute mo ng ano ha, pag-compute mo, hindi negative yan ha. Ito lang para maintindihan nyo. 90 plus 10 minus 80. Okay? Plus 13.6. So, you have, sorry, ba't mali ako? Sorry 90 plus 10 minus 80 plus 13.6. So, you have here, 33,600. Ano class yung 33,600? That's now your net investment. O, negative na lang. Sige, negative. Again, baka gawin nyo, i-negative nyo pag nag-compute kayo ng net investment. Positive yan. Ginawa ko lang to para lang maintindihan nyo yung outflow and inflow, ha? Again, okay, disclaimer yan. Okay, letter boy tayo. The asset is sold for 70. So, malamang yan ay positive. Okay. Class, may gain ba tayo? Yes. We have gain of 10,200. Magbabayad ba tayo ng tax? Yes. 10,200. Magkano yung ating net investment? So you have 10 minus 70 plus 10.2. So you have here, tama ba? Tama. So you have here 40,200. Okay? So you have 40,200. So again, 90 plus 10 minus 70 plus 10. Tama. Okay, so you have 40,200. Nice, Isabel. No, nandito pala si Isabel. Kumusta ka na? CPA yan ha. CPA na, Isabel ha. Anyway, next one. So proceeds from the sale, you have 40,000. Meron ba tayong gain or loss? Wala. Zero. Diba? So, ibig sabihin, 90 plus 10 minus 40, you have 60,000. Diba? Yes. Alright, so you have your 60,000. Letter dog tayo. You have 38,000. So, yan naman ay positive inflow. Class. Ano ba ang nangyari dyan? There would be a tax benefit. Kung may tax benefit, magbabayad ka ba ng tax? Hindi. That's why it is a positive. Okay? Yan ha. So, 90 plus 10 minus 38 minus 0.68. So, you have 61,320. And that's now your net investment. Hopefully, malinaw sa inyo, ha? Ito class, wala pa ito kanina, no? We did not compute about our net investment. Usually, ito lang naman yung mga tanong sa board exam, particularly about the gain or loss. The gain and loss pala, sorry. So far, so good, ha? Okay, sige. Number 2 tayo. Walang question, ha? By the way, you can message me, ha? Sa messenger, no? Jayman Lopo. No? So, pwede nyo yan i-message. Okay. Okay. So, tayo, class. Next one. Wait lang, ha? I-erase ko lang. Alright. Pipiliin ko lang, class, ha? Pipiliin ko lang, ha? Letter C tayo, no? Aha. Same lang to. Wag na to. Same lang to. Same na to kanina. Doon tayo sa bagong ano. Ito, same lang. Ay, naulit lang. Wag to, wag to. Yung ano. Cash. Ito tayo. Alright, isa tayo. Okay, siguro mga 5 problem lang and then we call it a day, no? Alright. Alright, sige. So, Brian Villaluz, no, our reviewer, no, is considering an investment in a new product line. The investment would require an immediate outlay of 100,000 for equipment and an immediate investment of 200 in the working capital. The investment is expected to generate a cash inflow of 100,000 for year 1, 150 in year 2, and 200,000 for year 3 and year 4. The equipment would be scrapped for no salvage value at the end of the 4th year, and the working capital would be liquidated. All right? And the equipment would be fully depreciated by the straight line over the 4-year useful life. What if you will use a 16%? All right? So what is the NPV of the proposed product line investment? And at the same time, what is the payback period naman? No? What is the payback period in terms of our investment? Okay. Sige. Ano muna tayo? Number 1 muna tayo, no? What is the NPV? Okay? Ano nga class yung formula ng ating NPV? Compute first for our present value of your cash flow. First year muna tayo. So, 100,000 is your net investment and you have, please take note, you have a 200,000 working capital. Ito muna tayo. What is working capital pala? Current assets minus your current liability. Diba? In reality, class, ang working capital is only your cash. Nakulangan yan ng investment. I will give na lang, sige. Pero working capital is, of course, dapat mas palaki yung current assets mo with your current liability. The investment is expected to generate net cash flows of 100,000 in year 1. So, first year, 100,000. Second year, you have 150,000. In your third year, you have 200,000. And also in your fourth year, You have also here 200,000. All right. Please take note of this class. No? In the fourth year, there would be a working capital. Meaning to say, you have 200,000 in-invest mo in year 1. Pero ang sabi, kailangan mong ibalik yung 200,000 pag natapos na ang ating useful life. That's why, in the fourth year, please take note the equipment would be scrapped. Kaya lang there's no salvage value at the end of the fourth year. And the working capital would be liquidated. Meaning to say, we have 200,000 here in the fourth year. Yan ay ibabalik sa'yo. Okay? Ibabalik yan. And that's your working capital. Okay. How do we compute for your present value? You have your 16%. Nakalimutan mo yung formula. To be multiplied by 1 divided by 1.16 to be multiplied by 1 divided by 1.16 raised to the 2 to be multiplied by 1.16 raised to the 3 to be multiplied by 1.16 raised to the 4 to be multiplied by 1.16 raised to the 4. Nakalimutan mo yung formula. Pwede naman ganon. Or, paano nga yun? 1.16 divided by equal sign, you have your 0.86. Okay? 21. You have 0.7432. Pwede ganun 0.6407. You have 0.5523. Or you have 0.47. Sorry. Same lang pala. Fourth year lang pala to. Sorry. Same lang to So you have 0.5523. Ganun lang. No? So that's the formula in terms of our present value. Para tayo sa aking kodigo. No? Alright? So that's one. So if you add all of this, magkano class ang ating total present value of your cash flow? You have here 546,750. And that's now your total present value of your cash flows. Class, magkano naman ang ating net investment? Class, huwag kakalimutan yung ating 200,000. Meaning to say, our net investment is 100,000 plus 200,000. Alright? Meaning to say, your net investment is worth 300,000. Magkano class ang ating NPV for this one? You have 246,750. And that's now your NPV. Okay? Your NPV here is worth 246,750. Okay? Naintindihan ba? Ano nga kayo sa chat box? Chat box. Sa inyong madaming mga PSBA, no? I am proud BSA head and at the same time also BSA review and refresher director of the PSBA Manila. Madaming mga PSBA. Thank you for your support, no? Anyway, sige. Okay ba? Naintindihan, na? Okay. Next one. What is the payback period of this investment? Ano naman yung payback? Class, ano kayong formula ng payback period? Net investment divided by our net cash flow. Pwedeng-pwede yon kung you have an equal investment. But if you have no equal investment, you cannot be able to compute for this one. So, paano yun? Okay. Manual tayo, class. So, what we will do is manual. So, payback period tayo. We'll give you this. Don't worry. We'll give you this. Payback period tayo. No? In your first year, magkano yung ating investment? Net cash flow, 100,000. Magkano yung balance mo dito? Para lang, magkano ang habulin natin? 300,000. So, you have here, 100,000. So, year, siyempre, year 1. 300 is ang ating babawiin. In our second year, magkano yung ating cash flow? 150. 100 plus 150, you have 250,000. Bawi na ba? Hindi pa. Malapit na. So, another year 2. Third year tayo. So, ibig sabihin, magkano yung class you have? Third year is you have 200,000. Eh, ang kailangan mo na lang ay 50. So, 50,000, just divide it by 200K. If I remember right, this is 0.25. So, ano class yung payback period natin? Our payback here is 2 years. 2 years and 25. Sa iba naman, ginagawa ganito. Here, okay, ganito lang. Oh. Pwede naman ganito. Oh, class, wag niyo i-add yan, ha? Baka 3.25. Pwede naman ganon. 2.25. Ito na yung delikado. Baka i-add mo. 3 plus 1, 3. 2 plus 1 is 3. Tapos 0.25. Nako. Uh, tapos may naka-answer pa na 3.25. Diba? Nako, sayang. Anyway. So far ba naintindihan, no? Sa chat box. Sorry, chat box. Sa Facebook. Very good, Isabel. 2.25. Yan. CPA na yan si Isabel this May. Diba? Sabi mo yan, May, ha? Isabel, ha? You have 2.25. Alright. Sige, okay. Ito tayo. Next one. Don't worry, hindi ko naman to tapusin na. Medyo madami-dami to. Pipiliin ko lang yung mga pwedeng isagot natin. Alright? So, next one. Francis Mateos has an opportunity. Francis Mateos is our reviewer also. No? To invest a project that will yield an annual payments of 12,000 with no salvage value, and the first payment will be received in exactly 1 year. On low-risk projects this type, BOL requires a return of 6%. Based on this requirement, the project generates profitability index of, ano nga yung formula ng profitability index? Present value of your cash flow divided by our net investment, di ba? That's our formula. Okay. Okay. Opportunity to invest in a project that will yield a 4 annual payments of 12,000. Ito class, 12,000 to. Compute natin yung PV of annuity. Okay? Ito class, ang PI natin ay 1.03953. Okay? So, magkano class ang ating PV of your cash flows? No? If I remember right, this is 3.4651. Saan to galing 3.4651? That's your 1.06 divided by equal sign for 4 years minus 1 divided by 0.06 divided by your net investment. Ito yung ating question mark. Sige, para mabilis ito tayo ha. 1.03953 is equals to 12,000 times 3.4651 divided by x. Yan, para mabilis mong maunawaan yan. No? So, x to x, just divide lang. Magkano yung x natin? Ano yung x? Yung ating net investment. Our net investment here is worth 40,000. Our net investment here is 40,000. Letter A, the answer is 40,000. Letter boy tayo. Magkano yung ating internal rate of return? Given na ba? Meron na ba? Yes, we have 40,000 here. Compute for the IRR factor. Magkano yung net investment? 40,000. Magkano yung net cash flow? 12,000. 40,000 divided by 12, you have 3.33%. If you have 3.33, pupunta ka sa present value table, hahanapin mo yung 3.33. It is between 7% to 8%. And the answer here is 7% to 8%. Alright, so ganun lang ha. In computing for our internal rate of return. Okay. Next one. Ito. Maganda rin to. Maganda rin to. Because meron tayong, I will introduce you about the bailout period. No? Sige. We will end na lang siguro. We have 2 more. Okay. Mga 5. We are finished na. Yan. Okay, sige. Maganda rin to. Si Lester Lim Hia, no? Our Deputy Director for CPA. Alright? Ayan, so we'll discuss siya yung ating review director, no? Anyway. Alright. What if Lester Lim Hia is interested in purchasing the state-of-the-art widget machine? The new machine has been designed to basically eliminate all the errors. Defects in the widget machine process, the new machine will cost 150. The 150 here is your net investment. Okay? The 50,000 here is your net investment, and you have salvage value of 70. And you have also cash flows of 32, 57, 15, 28, 16, 10, 15. And very important is our maintenance cost. Sige. Compute first for our present value of your cash flow. First year muna tayo. First year, you have 32,000. Second year, you have 57,000. In your third year, you have 15,000. In your fourth year, you have 28,000. In fifth year, you have your 16,000. Okay? 6 years naman, you have 10. Tama ba ako? Then seventh naman is you have 15. Yan. So that's your your present value, no? Please take note also, class, that in the seventh year, meron tayong salvage value to recover. Magkano yun? 70,000. Class. Again, sir, nakalimutan ko na naman. Yung, wag na muna. Mamaya pala. We have also here your maintenance cost of in third year, you have 10 minus 10. Then you have in 6 years, you have 7. Okay? So, yan. Just multiply it, class, by the present value of 1. Or, pag nakalimutan yung formula, ano yung formula natin? 1 divided by 1.12. 1.12 ba to? Tama ba? 11. 1.11 raised to the 1 or 1.11 raised to the 2. 1 divided by 1.11 raised to the 3. 1 divided by 1.11 raised to the 4. 1 divided by 1.11 raised to the 5. 1 divided by 1.11 raised to the 6. 1 divided by 1.11 raised to the 7. 1 divided by 1.11 raised to the 7. Bahala kayo, class, ha? Okay, or 1.11 divided by equal sign. Ito ay, may kodigo na ako, 0.9009 or 0.8116 or 0.7312 or 0.6587 or 0.5935 or 0.5346 or 0.4817 or 0.4817. Sorry, hindi na pala kasya, no? If you add all of this, magkano, class, ang present value of your cash flow? Sorry, hindi na kasya. If you add all, the answer here is 149,233.90. Magkano naman, class, yung ating net investment? Our net investment here is worth 150,000. This one, class, okay? This one, you have negative NPV. Okay? 766.10. No, no? It is to be rejected. Kasi in number E, you will evaluate if the investment for XYZ is okay. It is to be rejected. Bakit? Because you have a negative. Okay? Compute. Number 2. Compute for the firm's profitability index. Ito kasi, class, ay ginamit ko sa sa review, no? Yan, hindi ko pa na-erase. Alright. Number 2 tayo. Profitability index, ano yung formula natin? Present value of your cash flow divided by our net investment. Okay, magkano yung present value natin? Same as 149,233.90 divided by 150,000 class. Kanina, negative na to, di ba? Sigurado, uh, ano din to, sigurado mababa yung ating NPV, profitability index, which is at 0.11. If 0.11 yan, mababa sa 1, it is to be, no, we will not accept it, rejected to. Alright? Sige. Number 3 tayo. Number 3 naman is all about bailout. Class, ano ang kaibahan niya sa payback period and also bailout? Bailout period, class, it consider the salvage value. While payback period, it does not consider the salvage value. Ganun lang, class, ang kaibahan niya. Okay? Since ito, class, sa bailout period ay uneven siya, tayo ay, gagawin natin ay, manual, no? Manual. Compute muna for the bailout. Okay. So, ano nga to, class? So, year 1 muna tayo. Magkano yung ating una? Ako, mahirap. Ito. Ito lang yung class. So, yan. So, 32, 57, 5, 28, 16, 3, 15, and 70, ha? Ganun lang, no? In year 1, you have 32,000. Magkano yung balance mo dito? 32,000. Okay, year 1. Year 2 naman, so you have 57,000. 32 plus 57, you have 89,000. Sige, ito na gawin ko, class, ha, para add mo na lang. Okay? Year 3, 5,000 na lang to, class, ha, kasi may maintenance cost. 89 plus 5, you have 94. And year 1. By the way, magkano ba ang ating hahabulin? 150, ha? Okay. Year 4, you have 28,000. So 94 plus 28, you have 122,000. Okay? 122,000. Another year. Year 5. Year 5 naman ay 16,000. 122 plus 16, you have 138. Another year. Lapit na. Year 6 is you have 3,000. 138 plus 3, you have 141. In year 7 naman, class, bailout period to, it consider the time value of time value, salvage value. And to say, 15 plus 70, ha? Okay. Pag salvage value, pag payback period, wala, no? So, ibig sabihin, you have an 85,000. Magkano yung kulang mo na lang? 9,000. 9,000 divided by 85,000, yan ay 0.11. Magkano, class, ang ating bailout period? Add mo to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6.11. Okay. Mamaya, class, no, I will give you if it is acceptable or not. Class, ito na tayo sa 4 para mabilis tayo, no? Class, same lang naman siya sa ating payback. Ano pagkakaiba niya, no? So, balance tayo. So, year 1, kasya ba to? Year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, you have 32,000. So, you have 32, year 1. Yes, copy na lang, class, ha? Same lang naman yan, eh. 57, you have 89, you have 5, you have 94, year 1 again, year 4, you have 28, you have 122, another year, you have 16, you have 138, another, okay. 6 naman, 3,000, you have 141. Class, ano pagkakaiba niya? Ito, class, wala nang payback period. 15,000 na lang to. Why 15,000? Because of this one, no? Only the 7th or 15. Ibig sabihin, 9,000 divided by 15. If I remember right, ito ay 0.60. Okay. So, magkano, class, yung ating payback period? 6.60. Okay na sana, no? Kasi nga 7 years naman to, eh. Kaya lang, please take note, And once the projects to have a payback period of no longer than 5 years, ito ay 6 years na. Meaning to say, rejected and rejected. Meaning to say, A, B, C, and D, sa proposal mo, wag mo nang i-accept yan. Pangit na pangit. Okay? Pangit na pangit ang ating investment, no? Kalimutan mo na si Lester Lim. Yan, joke lang. Hindi si Lester, yung corporation sa sa pag-invest, no? Yan. Okay? So far ba naintindihan ako? Okay, naintindihan ako. Thank you. Nako. Thank you, Nico, Isabel. Yan. O, last one na lang tayo, no? Last one. We call it a day. Okay? Ito na tayo. Para 2 hours lang. Yan, ito, same lang. Yan, ay, nako, hindi ko pala na-erase. Okay, erase natin. Yan. Sige. We end with this one with Sir Francis Villamin, no? Corporation. Okay. Kasi alam ko long weekend naman ngayon, no? Baka sabihin, Sir Jayman, inano mo yung 3 hours. Okay. As long as you learn. Diba? Yan naman yung pinaka-importante sa lahat. And letter H is a combination of capital budgeting and also relevant costing. Okay? So, Francis Villamin is contemplating the replacement of one of his bottles with a new one that will increase revenue from 25 to 31 and reduce it from 12 to 10. And the new machine will cost 48 and have estimated useful life of 10 years. And the firm will use 46% as tax rate. Now, sige. I will discuss first about long cut. Okay? Long cut muna tayo. Ano nga yung long cut? We have our old and we have our new. Old equipment and new equipment. Okay. We have our revenue first minus our cost. Okay. Revenue minus our cost. Lang atin ako dating kodigo, no? Minus our depreciation. Okay. Is equals to earnings before interest and taxes. Alright? Minus our tax. Makano yung tax natin? 46%. Alright? And we have our earnings after tax. Then we add back our depreciation para makuha natin yung ating cash flow. Yan. Makano yung revenue mo sa old? 25. Yan ba? So you have 25 and you have 31 here. Makano naman yung cost sa old? Old ay 12 and this one is worth 10. Makano yung depreciation, class? Depreciation sa old ay 0, no? Sinabi kasi, class, the old machine has been fully depreciated and has no salvage value. Sa new naman, makano yung depreciation? 48,000 divided by 10, you have 4,800. Yes. So, ibit mo dito, class, 25 minus 12 minus 0 is you have 13,000. How about sa kabila? 31 minus 10 minus 48, you have 16,200. Magkano yung tax? 13,000 times 46%. Magkano ba yan? 5,980. 16,2 times 46%. 7,452. Magkano yung earnings after tax dito, class? 13,000 minus 5,980, you have 7,020. Wala tayong, diba, dep? Ibig sabihin, magkano yung ating old? So you have 7,020. Okay. How about naman sa new? Okay? So 16,200 minus 7,452, you have 8,748. Then we add 4,800. Ito ay at if you add 4,8, no? 13,548. Tama ba? Yes. Ako, hindi nakasya. 13,458. Okay? So, magkano, class, ang ating incremental cash flow? Mas okay ba? Mas okay. Yung new mo ay 13,548 and we have 7, Ibig sabihin, magkano yung incremental cash flow natin? Our incremental cash flow is worth 6,528. Okay? Our incremental cash flow is worth 6,528. Alam nyo ba, class? Mayroon yan shortcut. Ito na yan. Sige, I will not erase. Ito yung shortcut niya. Our shortcut here na mas madali yung maintindihan is that, alright, increase in revenue minus increase in cost. Sorry, increase in revenue to be multiplied by 1 minus tax minus increase in cost to be multiplied by 1 minus tax, and we will add back our depreciation and to be multiplied by our tax. Alright, very good, Isabel, no? Alright. Class, magkano increase in revenue? Increase in revenue here, 31 minus 25. Mas madali ito, class, ha? 31,000 minus 25,000, and we have here 6,000, diba? And it is to be multiplied by 1 minus 46%. Ilan to? Ito ay 3,240. Increase your cost. So, 10 minus 12. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, 10 minus 12. So, you have negative 2,000 times 1 minus 46%. Negative 2,000. Di ba, class, ito ay minus? So, ibig sabihin, dalawang minus. Di ba, negative to? Negative to. Magkano to, class? 3,2, sorry. Ito ay 1,080, di ba? 1,080. Ano nga sa algebra pag parehas negative? Addition. So, we will add na lang to. Hindi na siya we minus. How about depreciation? Di ba? Yung new mo ay 48, then 0 is your old, times, please take note, it is to be multiplied by tax, times 46% lang. Ito kasi is 54, 54, no? So, magkano to, class? So, you have your 2,208. By the way, complete ba tayo? Tama. So, magkano, class, yung ating incremental cash flow? Incremental cash flow. Our incremental cash flow is worth 6,528. Again, our incremental cash flow is worth 6,528. Parehas ba, class? The answer is yes. Ano mas okay? Long cut or shortcut? By the way, ano yung shortcut natin? Increase in revenue to be multiplied by 1 minus tax minus increase in cost to be multiplied by 1 minus tax, and we will add our depreciation and just multiply it by tax. And that's our shortcut method. Okay? And that's our shortcut method. All right. So very important here is that as part of your shortcut method, no, to be able for us to discuss, no, or to identify that in terms of long cut and shortcut, no. So 31 minus 25 times our 1 minus 46%, 10,000 times 12,000 times 1 minus 46%, and we have our depreciation, which is 4,800 minus 0, and to be multiplied by 46%. If you notice, yan ay kaparehas lang, no? The incremental cash flows is worth 6,528. 508, no? So, I think this is the end at this, no? So, thank you for attending, no, in this webinar. And we are here, no, in the advanced review solutions. If you go to our page, no, so we can be able to also to share accounting knowledge, particularly for the ARS, no. So we are open already for our uh CPA tomorrow, no. Tomorrow is the start of our face-to-face, and we are located pala sa third floor of the Laperal Go building, Paredes Street, Moraita. Manila, no? So, malapit lang kami sa PRC, sa Philippine Regulation Commission. Katabi lang ng PRC. Pag nakita niyo yung Greenwich, akit lang kayo doon. And we are located at the third floor. No? So, we have weekdays and also we have also weekend class. No? Yan. Tapos, yung iba naman, if ever man na may mga friend kayo na mag-refresher, we are still open for our refresher until November 30, no? So, yun. Kahapon, we had also an event, no? With the PSBA ARS testimonial dinner and attended by, if I remember right, 16 or 14 or 16, 16 out of, we have 49 passers now sa refresher and we have 35 for the PSBA. So, 49 plus 35. So, 84 pala lahat, no? 84 all in all ang pumasa sa amin, no? And ang umattend lang ay 16. Ha? Sayang, dapat pag kayo ay certified public accountant, dapat umattend kayo sa testimonial, di ba? May plaque na kayo doon, no? Para at least you are proud, no, that you are a certified public accountant, di ba? Another one, no, I will promote my own, I will promote my YouTube channel, no? Hindi, para at least you can be able also to, if ever man, yan. Ano yung pangalan ng aking YouTube? Yan. Master Accounting, no? So, MAS kasi to class, no? Master Accounting by J. Manlopo, no? Yan. So, may mga videos ako doon, no? Yan. Ito yung aking YouTube channel, no? Yan. Ito. Yan. So, you can like our page, my page, no? So, it's more on ARS. If you notice, I have also uh, more on cost accounting, more on management accounting, more on financial management. No? So, yun. Free lang naman to. No? At least you can watch some of the videos, particularly for the ARS. All right. So, I've discussed here about some of the MAS. Yan. So, pwede mong balikan to para at least you can watch videos no, about MAS, about financial management, about cost accounting, and basic accounting siguro meron din konti, no? Ayan, ayan. Pag nag-like kayo, tapos share nyo to, we can also give discount for the ARS, no? So, bahala na si Marty. Okay? For that
Yes,
one.
sir.
Ano pa ba? Ayun. You can also like our page, no? Advanced Review Solutions. Alright, for that one. Ayan. Ayan. Ito yan. Yung mga nag-question. Ito yan. Ayan. J-Man Law pa lang. Ayan. Uh, mayroon akong 8,028 na rin. Konti pa lang. So, yun lang. So, ano lang, siguro before I end this, no? I know you are here because of course you want to become a certified public accountant, correct? So, you have 4 years and 5 years for that particularly for your dream to become certified public accountant. Sabihin ko sa inyo, do your part ngayon pa lang. If you are a first year, gawin niyo pa lang ngayon para at least you have your basic, no? And at the same time, pag kayo ay certified public accountant na, there are a lot of opportunities for you, no? Para at least you can be able to achieve your dream, no? Yes, you can be an accountant or a CFO, and we are also open, no? If ever man that you have siguro passion for teaching, konti lang kami. So sana kayo din na makapagturo kayo sa future CPAs. Our advocacy in ARS is that yes, we will help many people, 'di ba? Kahit yung income ay ano lang, hindi naman. We are giving it no to you para madaming maging certified public accountant, 'di ba? Yan naman yung aming goal in the ARS. Okay? So again, just ano lang, just have ano ba to? Ano to, Marty? Okay, sabi ni Marty, hi to Marty. Accountancy is the language of business. Master it, and you will have the key to unlocking countless opportunities. Your dedication today is an investment in the future success. No? So yeah, thank you, Marty, for this. Okay? So yun lang. So please wait or please ano lang, please like our page, no? Or you can also like my my Facebook. Wala lang. Yun. So just ano lang, just keep siguro go to our ARS page para for the next webinar, no? And if I remember right, sabi ni Sir Lester, the next webinar is all about the RFBT. Oh, don't worry. Ano ba tong materials? Sige, I will give the materials. Don't worry. We have naman group. I believe we have GC, di ba? ARS webinar, something like that, no? I will upload that one. Don't worry. Okay. Especially this one. I will also give you this one. Yan. Iyan ko na nga to. So, I will put here capital budgeting. Yan. Para ano. So, you have here capital budgeting. Wait lang. I will give you this one, no? Also access, don't worry. Okay? So, you have capital budgeting webinar. Para pwede niyong balikan. Also, my PowerPoint. Don't worry. Yan. Tapos, ito din. Ito na ba yun? Ay, tama ito. We'll give you also this one and also the PowerPoint. Don't worry. Yung mga nagtatanong sa akin. Please po pa-add sa GC. Okay. Add mo na lang, Marty. Yung madami nagko-comment sa ano. Okay. May GC kami, no? Yung mga umaten lahat para doon natin ilagay yung mga materials. No?
Yes, sir.
Alright. So, yun lang. So, alam ko na long weekend ngayon. Tomorrow walang pasok. Thank you for siguro for your time. No? To attend in our webinar, ARS webinar. No? So we will continue to do this para at least we can be able to help you, no, achieve your dream to become a certified public accountant. So again, thank you very much and see you all in our ARS. Oh, wala ako sa ARS, nandito ako sa PSBA Manila. Okay, sige, bye-bye, bye-bye. Thank you and see you all.
Thank you, sir.